I will tell you that residents of Aiyegule-Igun Bunu in Odo-Ape, Kabba-Bunu local government area of Kaduna State are protesting what they called rising insecurity in their community in Kogi State. Now, this comes after a retired major in the Nigerian Army was kidnapped at his residence in Kabba-Bunu local government area of the state a few weeks ago and died in the kidnapper's den despite a ransom of 10 million naira paid for his rescue. The protesters, mostly women and youths, claim they can't go to their farms anymore, stating that bandits have taken over the area and the rate of kidnapping has increased. The protesters vow to continue with the protests until their demand, which is safety of lives and property of the residents, is met. Now, joining us to unpack this is the Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo. Thank you so much, Mr. Fanwo, for joining us on the news.
Thank you very much for having me.
So what is this news of rising insecurity, most especially in Kabba-Bunu local government area of the states that we are hearing about?
Thank you very much. I would say that it is true that we are having security glitches in one or two places in the state, but I can assure you that the state government is doing everything possible, recalibrating the security architecture to ensure that we arrest the situation as quickly as possible. We are dealing with the situation, and I just watched the protests that you showed just now, and I can say that what is worrying us is not about the fact that we have insecurity, because we know that we are dealing with the situation very decisively without lamenting and complaining. We are taking actions to address the situation. What is worrisome in all of this is the fact that some politicians are trying to use the situation as a political capital, which is unacceptable. What we expect from them is for them to join hands with the state government and ensure that we tackle this together. And I would say that what we are having is not a hopeless situation. Kogi State is still one of the safest states in the entire northern Nigeria and in the country. But we have flashes in a few places. We have been able to study and understand the reasons why we're having those flashes, and we are dealing decisively with the situation. I'm a bit worried about the protests. Yes, people have the right to protest. As a government, as a democratically elected government, we will not deny people their fundamental human rights. But what is not going to be acceptable is a situation where some politicians hide behind some of this misfortune to peddle their political interests. That is going to be unacceptable. What happened at Aiyegule-Igun, we are gathering a lot of intelligence. We have some reports already that a particular political leader who is in Abuja was the one that produced customized T-shirts. If people want to protest, there is no reason why they have to put on customized T-shirts. It's an expression of anger and a decision that was reached to attract the attention of the state and the federal government to apply. But we are aware that some politicians are even giving money to people to come and protest. We are not denying the fact that there are no security breaches in one or two places in the state. But what we are saying is that we are taking decisions to ensure that we address it. And those actions are already yielding results. As we have seen in Yaba West, where we had some bombardments of their camps. And, we don't have to come here to report all of that. But we are getting results. And we are very hopeful that in a couple of weeks, even those flash areas would have been able to restore peace and ensure safety for Kogats.
I will double that. Talking about the sponsors of instability in Kogi State, now that you are saying that the government has been able to identify one or two would-be sponsors, has the government also done enough to identify these criminal elements disturbing the peace in those communities affected?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The government is playing its role. It is the responsibility of the government to ensure that there is security. We won't shift that responsibility to anybody. It is the responsibility of government, and we are taking that responsibility. The governor has committed a lot of resources into ensuring security. And even what happened at Odo-Ape and Kabba-Bunu local government area, we are already getting results. Yes, life has been lost. We are very sad about it. It's an unfortunate situation, and we regret the loss of life there. But what is also important is to get justice and to ensure that we don't allow such to happen again, which we are doing. Some arrests have been made, and they are making very useful information. If government is doing everything to ensure security, we also expect the people to play their role also of cooperating with the government, because these criminals, they don't live in heaven, they live also in the communities. As you are aware, somebody that was alleged to be an informant to the criminals was mentioned, and immediately he realized that he was mentioned, we learned that he committed suicide. But, we are not even believing that theory, because there might be a lot of informants who decided to silence him so that their names will not be mentioned. So we are digging deep into the matter. We are getting results already. It is not just about stopping them, but to ensure that all their collaborators, whether they are in the community, anywhere they are, we bring them to justice and ensure that everywhere in Kogi is safe. We are on the path to achieving that, and we are getting results already.
And the fact that some of the residents in Kabba-Bunu are saying that they cannot access their farms also, I want to believe that the security architecture or efforts of governments will spread not only to the rural areas, but of course communities that are actually agrarian, to ensure that they are safe while they go about their farming exercise.
Yeah, like I said, we've been able to recalibrate our security architecture to take charge of security at the local communities. As we speak, we have what we call the bottom to the top security architecture, where communities play a lot of roles with hunters, vigilante, providing intelligence, providing the first line of defense, and we're also training them to understand the rules of engagement in handling arms. So these are some of the things that we are doing, and I still passed through that place yesterday. I passed through that road yesterday, and I saw a lot of people on their farms. I even went to the markets in that very community yesterday at about 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I saw people going about their normal businesses. It is not as terrible as people are trying to paint it, but what they are trying to do is to politicize it, and they think that by so doing, they are embarrassing the state government. But we are not waiting for that. It is our responsibility to guarantee and ensure security, and we will stop at nothing to ensure that is done. But while we are doing that, we urge politicians not to politicize the situation, a situation where you are committing resources to be printing T-shirts and then be coordinating people and bringing them home, giving money to market women to come and block the roads. That's not acceptable. We are doing our best. It is not a hopeless situation. We are going to win this war. That has been our assurance to the people, and we are not going to fail them by the grace of God.
Thank you so much, Kingsley Fanwo, Commissioner for Information and Communications in Kogi State, for sharing your thoughts with us.